Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria if you're new here, and today's practice is called Openhearted. So we'll be working on a bit of spinal mobility as well as front body opening, chest opening, heart opening. You just need yourself, a space to move, and maybe a couple of yoga blocks for today's practice if you have them. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can go ahead and grab a stack of books or anything that's a similar shape and size. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start lying on our backs in a supported fish pose. So with your two blocks, have them parallel at the back of your mat. One block is going to rest under your head and the other under the back of your heart. So bring yourself to lying down. Aligning the bottom block, usually with the bottom tips of the shoulder blades or like the bra line area is a good spot. And then placing the back of your head down onto that second block. And you can adjust, wiggle around until you find a spot that's comfortable for you. And then with the legs, either Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart if you want to work a bit of opening into your hips. Or maybe just stretch your legs straight forward toward the top of the mat and you can allow your toes to fall open. And let's start with a sigh, a clearing breath. So inhale fully, filling the lungs through the nose. Open your mouth, drop your body, and let something go with the exhale breath. Again, full breath in. Big breath out of your mouth. And if you want to take a couple more sighs, take as many as you'd like. And then after those, begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Starting to practice with Ujjayi Pranayama. Create a gentle constricting in the back of your throat. Send the breath to that space, and you'll notice as you do that this creates a sound like ocean waves as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And start to feel any tension that you're holding in your physical body as you arrive to your practice today, melting away. It's like it's sinking out of your bones and into the earth beneath you, dropping it. Feel the elevation of your heart, feel the broadness of your chest, and really work to fill the lungs to their full capacity here as you breathe. Notice your rib cage expanding. Notice how you can breathe even into the backs of your ribs and the back of your waist, and then the sides of the ribs and the fronts of the ribs. Take a couple more breaths here and let this posture, this open-hearted posture, start to fill your body with that warmth. Letting yourself be open to any experiences that you encounter and then viewing them from this compassionate place. Sending kindness through your movements. Take one more breath in here. And a breath out. Start to bring your palms down beside you. Close your knees if you were in Baddha Konasana with the legs. Then press into your forearms and your palms. Lift your head first and then lift your heart up and off the blocks. And then coming up to a seat, find your blocks again and bring them more toward the top of your mat. Now here, we're coming onto hands and knees, and you can have the blocks either at their middle setting or maybe at the tallest height. Leave about a shoulder's distance of space between the blocks. Now bring your elbows down on top of them and the palms to prayer. Start to walk your knees back so that the hips stack over the knees. And then just begin to press your palms toward one another. Magnetize your elbows a little and sink your heart toward the earth. Bring the thumb side of your hands to the back of your head or the back of the neck. Get soft through your hip creases. And just feel how much you can expand into the heart space as you sink through your thoracic spine here, feeling the middle back starting to open up. If you'd like, you can make little kind of pulsations in and out of this, moving with the breath. So the inhale, it's like your heart is floating on a little wave, a bit away from the earth. And with the exhale, it's dropping down once again. Feel what's opening up into your arms here and your shoulders as well. And just stay for 2 more breaths. Check for tension in your feet. And melt it away. Begin to press down. Keep hugging your elbows toward the midline as you lift your head. Keep pressing the blocks down so they stay steady, and then walk your knees forward. You can release the blocks, just take them off your mat to the top. And find your way into tabletop, hands and knees. Have your shoulders over your wrists. Really try to spread your fingers and then dig the pads of your fingers down into the earth. Now, hug your thumbs on each hand toward one another. So it's like you're squeezing toward the central column of your spine. Do the same with your biceps here. And just feel how plugged in you are to the earth. Let's make some circles through the rib cage. So breathing in, soften your ribs, allow your heart to sink down toward the earth, and feel your shoulder blades drawing together behind you. Then glide your rib cage toward the right side of your mat, feeling the opening there and the contraction on the left side. Now press into your palms, close your ribs, and press your heart up to the sky through your spine, opening the back body. And then slide your ribcage toward the left, feeling the right side of the body contract as you do so. Go again in this direction, inhaling as the heart drops down through the center. Press your exhale into the earth as your heart swells up toward the sky. After a couple, go ahead and reverse the direction of these rotations. Try to imagine your ribcage is orbiting around the central column of your spine. Your pelvis is staying relatively neutral, and try to keep the back of your neck long here so we're not really making any motion through the neck. You can start to increase the speed of your circles, even out your sides, and then find your way back to neutral. Next breath in, get soft into your belly. Lift your tailbone to the sky, pull your heart forward, and turn your eyes up. Feel your spine contracting. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, start to get tucked through your pelvis. Tailbone drops underneath of you, hollowing out through your core. Imagine it's like you're bringing an ice cream scooper to your belly, and then drop your chin toward your chest, feeling the expansion of the spine. Next breath in, belly down, tailbone up, heart up, eyes to the sky, cow pose. When you breathe out, press down, hollow your core. Round in, chin to the chest. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, round and curl. One more time like this. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath in, tuck your toes, lift your pelvis, shine your heart forward between your arms and turn your eyes up. When you breathe out, keep the curves in your spine, send your hips back towards your heels, claw into your fingertips, and glide your heart forward toward the top of your mats. Then breathe in, round in through your core, suction front body to back body. Come through hands and knees like a cat pose, and then untuck your toes, allow your thighs to sink, your pelvis, then your belly, your chest, and your chin. With your next inhale breath, root into your toenails, squeeze through your thighs, press your pelvis heavy. Then begin to float your heart and float your hands. Hug your shoulder blades toward one another. Keep your feet really actively pressing down to the earth. Just take one more breath in and extend through your whole spine. And then breathe out, palms by the ribs, press back up, tabletop. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lifting the tailbone, heart forward, eyes turn up, cow pose. Exhale, keep the cow tilt in the pelvis. Just sink your hips toward your heels. Reach your heart to your thumbs. Breathe in, spread the breath into your back body as you come forward through a cat pose. And then breathing out, soften the toenails, the thighs, the pelvis, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, float your heart, float your hands. This time, exhale, float your feet and float your thighs. Now stretch your fingertips toward the back of your space and imagine you could press into the air like it was solid. Notice how this helps you to reach your heart a little more forward. Take a full breath in. Breathe out, palms by the ribs, press back up, tabletop, hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Inhale, arch your back. Tailbone rises, heart up, eyes up. Exhale, hips back, heart forward. Reach through your spine. Breathe in, rounding the spine, come forward through hands and knees. And breathe out, sink all the way down onto your belly. This time, reach your arms forward toward the top of the mat. And then when you breathe in, start to float all of your limbs away from the earth. The hands, the legs, grow super long. Then breathe out, glide your fingertips back behind you. Take your inhale breath to elongate and lift. And then exhale, fingertips forward again, but keep your heart high. Inhale at the top. Exhale, fingertips reach back. Breathe in, lift everything a little higher. And then breathe out, palms by the ribs, press through tabletop, tuck your toes, and come into downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Try to press the ground away from you, and in doing so, notice how you can curl your sitting bones higher in space and make more space in your lower back. Massage any movements through your body that want to wiggle around, help you wake things up, and just move around any energy that feels stuck. Paddle your feet, rock your hips, anything you like. Feel the rooting of your fingers, and root your toes just as much as your fingers. Try to see how sensitively you can feel the mat beneath you. Spread your shoulder blades and make space around your neck by dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Next breath in, start to float your heels and just round a little bit forward, hollowing through your core and coming into almost a rounded high plank, but not quite. Then when you breathe out, lift your hips and think of like dripping the back of your heart toward the earth. Turn your eyes a little forward. So just like a little arching, a little rounding. Breathing into round, lifting the heels, press the back of your heart to the sky, tuck your chin, and then breathing out, hips up, heart sinking, look to your thumbs. One more inhale. Exhale. And look forward to your thumbs, breathing in. Breathing out, travel to the top of your mat, and we'll meet in a ragdoll fold. Toes behind the wrists, drop everything. Your whole spine is water falling forward toward the earth, but it's doing so without any active effort, aside from the effort to relax any tension or holding or resistance to gravity. Sway from side to side like you're waving in a breeze. Now circle your fingers and interlace them to the base of your spine, squeezing the heels of the hands together if you're able. Take a breath in, energize through your legs, stretch back through your tailbone and forward through the crown of your head, little halfway lift. When you breathe out, heart like an anchor, bow it all the way down toward your toes and stretch your fists toward the sky, chest expansion. Then just hang here. Feel the back of the neck long and soft. Feel the pinky side of your hands reaching toward the top of your mat, trying to stretch over your head. Then release the grip of the fingers. Switch the grip, so opposite thumb on top, interlacing. Take a breath in, halfway lift through your spine, elongate, squeeze your core. And then when you breathe out, bow, chest down over your thighs, crown of the head dropping toward the earth. And allow your arms to stretch over your head again. Shoulders moving away from the earth, so they're kind of rolling down your back. Feel the expansion in your chest, openness of the heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. And release the grip. Next inhalation, halfway lift. Glide your palms up your shins. Stretch through your spine. And as you breathe out, fold forward. Now root through your feet, rounding the spine, squeezing in through your core, roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time, stacking. Let your head rise last at the top, and then melt your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in, circle your arms wide and all the way up to the sky. Look to your thumbs. When you breathe out, draw your palms to prayer at heart center. Soften or close your eyes. Now just consider for a moment this theme of open-heartedness and see what this brings to mind for you. See what kind of physical sensations the idea of being open-hearted create for you. Maybe there's a lifting of the chest, a softening of the shoulders. Maybe it creates a feeling of warmth, of ease. And there's a freedom to the open-hearted state as well. It allows us to just receive everything that we encounter from this kinder, more compassionate space. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Soften your palms down beside you. Breathe in, reach up, and look up. When you breathe out, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Then inhale, micro bend your knees, tilt your pelvis a little forward, squeezing through your waist, lift your heart to the sky. And then when you breathe out, bow down into a fold, keeping the fingers interlaced. Breathe in, take a halfway lift, stretch through your spine. When you breathe out, release your fingers. Place them to the earth. Pick up your left foot and step it all the way to the back of your mat. Sink your left knee down. With your inhalation, float your fingertips to the sky, coming into a kneeling warrior position. When you breathe out, interlace your fingers again and catch the back of your head in your hands. Now lean your head a little bit back as you try to pull your fingers apart. Notice this creates like a really nice engagement into your upper back. Then start to hug in through your low belly, sink your pelvis down and forward, and begin to just shine your heart up to the sky any amount. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Release the grip of your fingers. Place them to the mat. Send your hips back in space and flex your right toes, coming into half splits. When you breathe in, elongate through the lines of your spine. When you breathe out, reach your heart in the direction of your toes. Next breath in, step forward into your right foot, have your knees stacked over your ankle and lift your back knee off the ground. Then breathing in, press down and rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. Feel the feet rooting toward the earth. Shoulders are relaxing. Soften your face. Now breathe in, grow long. When you breathe out, circle your right hand around and back to the top of your left hamstrings, the back of the thigh. Squeezing again in through your waist, hug your shoulder blades together, and just lean back any amount that feels sweet. So focus on the expansion through the belly, through the heart. You can look to the sky, breathe in. Breathing out, dive forward with your left hand, reach your right fingertips up to the sky, and then turn your heart open into an easy twist. Take a full breath in here. When you breathe out, slide your right hand to the mat, but thread it under your left wrist. Pivot your right toes so they point toward the top left corner of your mat. Spin your left heel down and flex your toes to the sky. External rotation in the left thigh, sinking into Skandasana. Now see if you can thread your right elbow forward of your shin. Step your fingertips wide to the sides and then turn your left arm to the sky. Follow your thumbnail with your eyes. Deep breath in. Stay as you breathe out. Feel the revolution through your ribs. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to the center. Breathe in here. When you breathe out, pivot to face the top of your mat. Walk your fingertips forward and wide. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, step your feet to parallel at the top of your mat and fold forward. Breathe in, take a halfway lift. When you breathe out, place your palms to the mat and step back into plank. From your plank, inhale, lean forward, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Inhale, rise into either up dog with the thighs hovering or cobra, thighs staying down. And then exhale, belly button to spine. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog.
With your next inhale breath, stretch your right leg to the sky, 3-legged down dog. Play around here for a breath or two, stacking the hip, but try to keep your right leg extending super long instead of bending at the knee like we usually do. Just kind of air things out here. One more breath in. Breathing out, square your hips, use your core. Lift your left heel, and then cross your right knee to your left tricep, threading over the midline of the body. Flex your right ankle, hook it outside of your left thigh, and then spin your left heel down, bringing the pinky side of your foot parallel to the back of the mat. Press your hands down and forward. You could stay here with both hands rooted, or dig more into your right fingertips and start to turn your left elbow toward the sky, stacking left side body on top of right. Take one more breath in, circle your left fingertips all the way forward over your head, maybe stretching the left leg more towards straight. And then when you breathe out, pivot back to facing the top of the mat. Left palm down, turn your left toes forward, hug your right knee to your chest and step. Right foot, right thumb. Come up onto your fingertips, angle your left toes out and sink your back heel. Then breathe in, press down and rise to standing in warrior one. When you breathe out, sink and settle. One more inhale. Exhale, add a twist just for a breath or two. Thread the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Try to keep your outer right hip hugging toward the midline of your body. Squeeze through your core. Full breath in, full breath out. Begin to unwind. Pivot your heart forward. Lift your back heel off the ground. Left toes point forward. And then lean into your right foot. Root it really firmly. Press into your big toe. Glide your left leg long and back behind you. Airplane. Catch the air in your fingertips and lengthen your heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. Press into your right foot. Just slowly rise to standing and place your left foot down beside the right. Palms to prayer, heart center. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Arms go wide and all the way up to the sky. Follow the hands with your eyes. Exhale, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Breathe in, micro bend your knees, and then stretch your heart to the sky, maybe a little back bend. When you breathe out, bow all the way down into forward fold, keeping the fingers interlaced. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release the fingertips to the mat. Pick up your right foot and step it long and back behind you. Sink your right toes and then your right knee to the earth. Inhale, float the fingertips to the sky, kneeling warrior position. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Try to pull them apart as you catch the back of your head in your hands. Then sink into your hips, lengthen through your whole spine. Lift your heart toward your chin, then maybe begin to turn your head and your eyes upward. One more breath in. Breathe out, release, fingertips to the mat. Flex your left toes as you drag your hips back. Left leg straight-ish, half splits. Breathe in, grow long. Breathe out, bow forward over your thigh. One more full breath in, creating so much space and length. And then breathing out, step down into your left foot, knee over the ankle. Lift your back knee, root your big toes evenly, and then rise to standing in a high crescent lunge. See how much you can root into the earth, but then expand effervescently through your spine, through your heart, through your fingertips. Full breath in. Breathing out, left hand circles around to the back of your right thigh. Press it down there. Roll your shoulder back, squeezing both of the shoulder blades together, and then lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the front line of your body. Lean a little bit back in space. Keep your right thigh really firm. Take one more breath in. When you breathe out, lean forward, reach forward through your right fingertips. Bring them all the way down to the earth, and then spin your left arm up to the sky. Magnetize your feet a little. Keep a lifting through your low belly. One more breath in. And then when you breathe out, thread your left wrist underneath of your right one. Turn your left toes in, right toes flip up to the sky, and sink to Skandasana. Your left heel might be lifted off the ground if that helps you. Then thread your left shoulder in front of your shin.
Step your fingertips wide, and then turn your right arm up to the sky. Breathing here, feeling that twist. So spinning the left ribs in the direction of the right ones. Sink into that left hip crease. Take one more breath in. And breathing out, just pivot back to facing the top of the mat. Place your fingertips forward and wide. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, palms to the mat. Step back, plank. Press the ground away from you. Squeeze your front body. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows tight to the body as you lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Extend, expand your heart. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. With your next breath in, glide your left leg high, three-legged down dog. Plug into your right big toe, micro bend your right knee, and then stack your left hip onto the right one, but do try to keep the leg extended, reaching long past the tips of the toes, airing things out here through the hips. One more breath in. And then as you breathe out, float your right heel. Hug your left knee to your right tricep. Hook your ankle outside of your thigh and then pivot your right heel down, rooting into the knife edge of the foot. Press into your left fingertips. Stack your right side body over your left side. Cactus your right elbow. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Breathe in your figure four side plank. Breathe out, press into the earth. See if you can extend your right fingertips forward all the way over your head. Inhale. Good. Exhale, squeeze your core. Right palm plants, right toes spin forward. Hug your left knee to your chest and see how quietly you can transition left foot to the top. Come up onto your fingertips, turn your back toes out and sink your heel. Then inhale, press down and rise to standing in warrior one. Imagine your feet are growing roots all the way to the center of the earth. So you're super, super planted here. Breathe in. When you breathe out, palms to prayer, lean your heart forward and then hook right elbow outside of your left thigh. Feeling into the anchor points. Squeeze your outer left hip toward the midline of your body. One more breath in. One more breath out. Start to unwind, face the top of your mat. Lift your back heel, root straight down and forward into your left big toe, and then glide your right leg back behind you, airplane. Extend through your spine, arc through your heart. Full breath in. Breathe out. See how slowly you can press down, rise to standing, and place your right foot down beside the left one. Palms to prayer at heart center. Close your eyes. Full breath in. Full breath out. Notice the beating of your heart. Notice the movement of your breath. Notice the expansion of your energy. Blink your eyes open, soften your palms down. Breathe in, reach up, look up. Breathe out, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale, little baby back bend, or just go in as far as feels sweet in your spine. And then when you breathe out, bow down into a fold. Keep your fingers interlaced and drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift, stretch your spine. Exhale, release the grip, fingertips to the earth. Pick up your left foot and step it to the back of your mat. Sink your left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, catch the back of your head in your hands. Squeeze in through your waist, lengthen your heart, and then begin to arc back any amount. One more breath in, elbows wide, lift the heart. Exhale, fingertips circle to the mat. Glide your hips back in space, bow, half splits. Next inhale, right away, step into your right foot, lift your back knee, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, right hands to the back of your left thigh. Squeeze your feet toward one another. Cinch your waist. Hug your shoulder blades together. Lean back into the supportive exalted warrior. Full breath in. Breathe out. Use your core. Stretch your left fingertips forward. Place your left palm down. Turn your right arm to the sky. Easy twist. Breathe in here. When you breathe out, pivot into Skandasana. Right hand threads through. Right toes turn out. Left toes flip to the sky. Walk your right shoulder forward of your shin. Right fingertips wide, and then left arm up. Inhale. When you exhale, squeeze your right side body and open your left side body. Maybe circle left fingertips over your ear. Breathing in here.
And then breathe out. This time we're gonna come all the way down to a seated position. And then spin to face toward the back of your mat, bringing the inner left thigh down, and then you can untuck your toes behind you. Have your heel in close to your sit bone. Feel both of your sit bones rooting evenly to the earth. Inhale, lengthen your heart. And then exhale, bow down and fold over your left thigh. You can crawl your fingertips forward, maybe even catching for your foot with your hands. Feel every inhalation making space in the spine. Feel every exhalation rinsing down the back line of your left leg, and also massaging up and down the muscles that run alongside of the spine. Soften the back of your neck. One more breath in and out. Start to rise back up to the center. Sit to your left hip and see if you can place your right foot back to the earth. Maybe without using your hands, breathe in, breathe out, press back up into Skandasana. If you need the hands, take them, and then spin to face toward the top of your mat. Root your fingertips forward and wide. Breathe in, breathe out, step forward, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, palms down, step back or float back, halfway lower. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg high, three-legged down dog. When you exhale, just open your hip, keep extending through your toes. One more breath in, grow long. When you breathe out, lift your left heel, hollow your core, hug your right knee to your left tricep. Then either right ankle outside the left thigh, spinning the left heel down, opening up into the figure four side plank, or from here, maybe starting to stretch your right leg forward to hover toward the left side of the mat. Just take one more breath in and circle your left arm over your ear. And then when you breathe out, a little different this time, left palm to the top, hug your right knee to your right tricep, pivot your shin to align for half pigeon, sink your right leg, and then crawl your left toes back. Keep the left toes tucked for a moment. Walk your fingertips either in front of you or maybe beside you. You can find your blocks again. Place your fingers on the blocks if the ground is a little far away. Now, begin to squeeze your left big toe and your right knee toward one another. So this will create a little lifting through your hips. Imagine your pelvic floor is riding an elevator up to your sternum, so super supported and lifted in the low belly. And then inflate your heart. Just think of reaching your heart straight up to the sky. Maybe from this upright position, begin to lean back. You can tilt your head back if it feels okay on the neck. Just take one more breath. Start to release, slowly coming out just the way you came in. Untuck your back toes and then start to fold down into a sleeping pigeon. Get soft in your belly. Maybe rest your forehead down onto the mat or a block or your hands. 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose. See how much you can direct your breath to what you feel in your outer right hip. See what's unlocking. Ask your body to be open and receptive. Press down. Rise back up onto your palms. Curl your left toes under. Take a breath in. And then when you breathe out, lift your left thigh. Lift your right shin. Hug your knee to your chest. Step. Right foot, right thumb. Spin your left toes out and sink your heel. Breathe in, press down, rise into warrior one. When you breathe out, twist. Left elbow outside of the right thigh. Staying for 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Start to unwind, face forward, lift your back heel, reach your arms back and launch into airplane. Taking a breath in to expand and grow and hover here like you're suspended in honey. Breathe out softly, step the left foot down beside the right, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, interlace your fingers to the base of your spine. Breathe in, stretch your heart to the sky, and breathe out, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers still interlaced. Exhale, release the grip, fingertips to the mat. Pick up your right foot, step it all the way to the back of your space and sink your right knee down. And then inhale, float your fingers to the sky, kneeling warrior. Exhale, catch the back of your head in your hands. Shift your pelvis forward. Lengthen through your waist and then lean back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fingertips to the earth. Slide your hips back in space. Flex your left toes, half splits. Inhale. Step into your left foot. Lift your right knee and float your fingertips high. Crescent lunge. Then breathing out, exalted warrior. Left hand to the back of the right thigh. Cinching through your waist. Open up through your heart. Hug the shoulder blades together behind you. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Lean forward with your right arm. Place your palm to the earth. Circle your left arm to the sky. Breathe in, easy twist. Breathe out, Skandasana. Spin your left toes in. Flip your right toes to the sky and sit low. Adding the twist. Left arm threads forward of your shin. Fingertips wide. Right arm to the sky. Turn your eyes up. Breathing in. And breathe out. Then begin to sit all the way down onto both of your sit bones and turn to face the back of your mat. So the inside of the left thigh comes down, your knee is aligned with your hip, and you can have your heel close to your sit bone. Breathe in, sit into both sides of the pelvis evenly. Breathe out, glide your torso forward, bowing over your right thigh, maybe catching for the shin, the ankle, or the foot. One more breath here. Slowly begin to rise back up. Crawl your fingertips in and then pivot so you're back into the Skandasana. Pressing down, see if you can come up without using your hands maybe, and then pivot to face the top of your mat. Fingertips forward and wide, breathe in. Breathe out, step forward, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, palms down. However you want to get into it, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Breathe in, stretch your left leg high, three-legged down dog. Breathe out, stack your hip, open things up here. One more breath in. Breathing out, lift your right heel, thread your left knee across the midline of your body. Either figure four, hooking the ankle outside the right thigh as you come into your side plank, or stretch your left leg straight toward the right. Full breath in, right arm over your ear. Breathing out, right palm to the top of the mat. Hover your left shin off the ground and then place it into half pigeon alignment. Walk your right toes back. Come up onto your fingertips. Have blocks underneath of them if that helps you. Pull your knees toward one another. Take a breath in. And when you breathe out, just sink a little bit into the rooting of your toes. Then start to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen up through your spine, up through your heart. Maybe just staying with the length, maybe beginning to lean back a bit. You can drop your head back if it's okay. Breath in, breath out. Press down, rise back up, untuck your back toes, and start to come forward into a sleeping pigeon. 3 breaths. Sweet, easy breaths. Relax your shoulders, unwind any tension around your jaw or through your face. Press down, rise back up. Tuck your right toes behind you, breathe in. When you breathe out, lift your right knee, then lift your left knee, draw it tight to your chest, and step. Left foot to the top. Come onto fingertips, find your warrior one alignment, back heel down. Breathe in, press into your feet, rise to standing tall. When you breathe out, twist, right elbow to outer left thigh. Inhale, grow through your spine. Exhale, spiral through your rib cage. Unwind, face the top of your mat. Press down into your left foot. Lift your right heel. Launch yourself forward into airplane. Glide your arms back. And then stretch everything out in all directions. Full breath in. Full breath out. Press slowly down, rise to standing. Place your right foot beside your left and palms to prayer, heart center. Full breath in. Big sigh out of your mouth. One more inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach up, look up.
Exhale, dive down into a forward fold. Drop through your spine.
Now stay rounded through your spine. Bend your knees. Sink all the way into a squat. And then walk your fingertips forward so you can get the expansion in your back body. Breathing there. See how much space you can spread between all of your vertebrae. See how much you can sink your tailbone and soften your hips. One more breath. Good, and then sink your hips all the way to the earth. Lift up and neutralize through your spine. Have your feet in a diamond position, or legs in a diamond position, feet together. Catch onto the fronts of your shins. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, imagine your heart is on a string. Bow it forward over your thighs. You can hold on to your feet, maybe the shins, or maybe crawl your fingertips forward. See if you can get softer through the palms of your hands and through the soles of your feet. And let your breath iron through any wrinkles in the fabric of your body. And try to let go of any idea of what kind of depth you should be in here, but instead just really go in to everything you feel. Listen internally. And bring some kind awareness to your body. One more breath. Slowly rise back up. Draw your knees together and just take a lazy roll to lying on your back. And once you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Make some circles that are big and wide with the knees toward one side. And then reverse and go the other way. Give yourself one last tight squeeze. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Curl your chin to your chest. And then with your next exhale breath, open up into Shavasana. Drop everything. Relax your head. Soften or close your eyes. Feel the warmth you've built in your body through your practice. Feel the circulation of energy. Feel the openness in your heart. And let yourself really, really rest here. Taking as much time as you need to feel like you have fully absorbed and digested all of the information that our bodies are taking on in every moment. And I will leave you here for this practice so you can enjoy Shavasana for really as long as you have time. And thank you so, so much for sharing this practice with me today. I hope that you're feeling open in your heart space and that this continues to radiate into the rest of your day and your week ahead. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member, and both of these really help to support me. I hope you're doing well wherever you are, and have a great day or night. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.